Well, in an absolutely shocking announcement that no one at all saw coming, there is a Nintendo Direct this week. Actually, I talked about it in Newswave this morning, and then Newswave a week ago, and then 2 weeks ago, basically targeting this week for Nintendo Direct, mostly looking at all of September and realizing this is probably the best week for Nintendo to do it with some other events coming up here, one being Tokyo Game Show, and then another one that's actually not been announced yet, but probably will be in a bit. But anyway, we'll quickly go over some of this Nintendo Direct stuff here today. Guys, if you enjoyed these videos, make sure that like button helps out a ton. If you're new to the Spawnwave Plus channel, make sure you subscribe down below. So this is over on Nintendo's website. It is the Direct page set up for September 13th, so tomorrow, 7 a.m. Pacific, 10 a.m. Eastern. They say tune in for a Nintendo Direct live stream featuring roughly 40 minutes of information, mostly focused on Nintendo Switch games launching this winter. Now, they do say mostly focused. That's keyword there. I still think we are going to see some stuff that is not releasing this winter, but in the near future, as in 2023. I think anything releasing in 2023 could show up here, which obviously means that you could indeed see Breath of the Wild 2, a title reveal, something along those lines, I think is completely possible here. And then the other big one that has been making the rounds for, a long time now, though, most of this year, is that Metroid Prime remaster. If that is here, you're probably going to see Metroid Prime 4. I don't see any way that they can show up and say, here's Metroid Prime Remaster, and then not mention the big Metroid game that everyone's really been looking forward to for a while. I mean, since the first year of the Switch, when they revealed its title card at E3. So I feel like the fact that they brought it up for Metroid Dread, which is a 2D Metroid game, they'll absolutely have to show something else here with Metroid Prime Remaster. And I feel like it's been long enough with Retro Studios helming the project that they would at least feel comfortable enough showing something, a CG trailer to set up the story and kind of the direction of the game, maybe some gameplay, screenshots, even a title for it. So I think there are a lot of possibilities when it comes to Metroid and Metroid Prime 4. Now, the Direct itself happening tomorrow has a bit of a conflict with scheduling for me, so unfortunately, I won't be able to stream this, but I will have a video that'll go up tomorrow in the afternoon, sort of going over what we saw in the Direct and some of my thoughts on it, because typically, this being a general Direct of 40 minutes, there are going to be a lot of announcements in here. There's going to be some third-party stuff that I don't think people are going to expect, and that actually has been a trend for these Nintendo Directs since, really, if you see something get ported to the Switch that is larger, like a game you wouldn't expect to maybe run on the Switch, like when we first saw Doom get revealed and Wolfenstein, that was a pretty big deal because it's like, oh, wow, the Switch can run those games. We still kind of get that feeling now, but, it would have to be like Red Dead Redemption 2. That might blow people away. But for now, I think most of us believe that a lot of games can run on the Switch if the developer and publisher want to make the effort, and otherwise they'll just stream it to the system, which seems to be an avenue that more and more of these developers and publishers are going down that I wouldn't even expect, like Kingdom Hearts. That seems like they would just port that over natively and sell it on the system, but they decided to stream it. Anyway, 40 minutes, General Direct, great news because there were some concerns, I would say, in the background a bit that this may not be a General Direct when we were leading up to its inevitable reveal and announcement. And it could have been like a mini. It wasn't going to be a partner showcase because we were expecting Nintendo games to be here and they wouldn't be like, oh, here's Wind Waker, here's Twilight Princess, here's Breath of the Wild 2 in a partner showcase. So I'm really happy to see that we have this General Direct setting up more games for winter, which, by the way, Nintendo already has a pretty good slate of titles to close out the year. So they're going to try to fit even more of them in the back half or the last quarter of 2022. I assume they're dropping something into December at this point because it is going to be loaded up with titles, especially if they try to get a Metroid remaster in there. They try to get things like Wind Waker and Twilight Princess maybe bundled together, thrown in there, and then I'm going to say a game potentially from the GameCube era that gets dropped. So Again, a lot of possibilities. We'll talk a bit more about this in Newswave tomorrow morning, since we'll have a couple of hours to build up, I'm sure, more and more hype, and we'll kind of preview some of the event there tomorrow morning. But let me know what you guys think about this and what you're hoping to see at this Nintendo Direct. Thanks, guys, for watching, and I'll see you next time.